Still actively cleaning up from the fire. As you can kind of see behind us right here, we have areas that are still very much so in need of repair, but we're future facing into addressing some of the problems so we can be prepared. Why did this happen? Let's address those problems and then be prepared for this future, what happens in the future.
All right. Hi, I'm Nico. This is my return to the Maui Hero Project. I participated back in 2007. And here we are in 2024, come full circle. Initially when the hub was created shortly after the fire, my role was to kind of do everything, I guess, at the end of the day, but primarily a lot of dispatch, resource acquiring, and just kind of all around, let's say, operations at the hub. And so today with Lauren and the Maui Hero Project, we have some young guns who seem to be interested in learning about these things, as well as educating others in this field.
They had a safe space. A lot of these people felt super broken. And so I think for all of us who helped, it was that purpose to, be there for our community and really come together. So stoked that we're still able to help with Kyle and the green waste efforts up here. I can't believe it's been 10 months, but we've really seen a lot of improvements up.
Preparedness talk, mobile incident command center, admin and communications, logistics, medical triage and parts, bandages operations, search and rescue, grid search, damage assessment, fire suppression, verbal triage, mass casualty triage, and your ABCs, head to toe assessment, log roll technique, rescue carries, injuries.
What do you guys got going over here?
We're separating
triage, injuries.
This guy.
What do you guys got going over here?
Damage and head to toe assessments.
Get all the containers inside medical ops logistics. Five minutes, you guys. Get the CPR mannequin inside medical ops in that brown box.
Governor, we had people in positions, in county and state positions, whenever they would show up, the thing that they were always the most impressed with was the organization, the communications,
It's exactly like that. We had these different pop-up tents come out, and we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, probably like 5 different tents. But
an incident command center is very important because it helps keep the order, and a lot of times, like during the fires, it takes days or weeks to set up a command center like that, like down there. We set this up in 15 minutes because...
And I will say kudos to Lauren and Maui Hero Project for putting this together, because it became immediately apparent to me on the morning of the fire and the days after that the more tools you have at your disposal, the more skills you have, the more of your neighbors you know, the bigger benefit you can be to your community when you can hop into action and you actually have the training and the proper tools and the knowledge on how to be a resource to your community. So I think
a wall has 4 corners. If like one of the supports on one side isn't there anymore, you probably wouldn't want to go in because it's not safe.
And moderate, it's kind of more of your decision. You can kind of go find like safer spots in that building and
try to get right here or the back.
Get the arms up. Arms up, is that not?
But when we deal with like mass damages, we will take tape and we will go around giving people bands to let us know that they need help.
And this fire extinguisher, it will take...
Okay, go ahead.
So you pull, you aim, you push, and then like that.
Feel free to move if not.
What we usually do is we have a bunch of people, like say Soraya, we have a bunch of people lined up, and we take 7 steps.
2, 3, 4, 5. Look to your right. Look down.
We did it fast and we taught people how, so yeah, successful.
Nice.
Today, I just talked about search and rescue. We just walked in a straight line and looking for golf balls. But if it was actually real life, we'd be looking for clues of a person or a person injured in the forest or in a disaster.
How are you capitalizing on your search and rescue team skill set?
So right now what we're doing is we're using their search and rescue technique to be spanned out 6 feet apart, and we're sweeping this entire area on a grid search type thing. We're all sweeping in one line and picking out the wattle trees as we go. So we're using it to, practice search and rescue and also do a little invasive species removal. So.
Putting invasive trees. They're from Australia and they grow fast, like 10 feet in a year.
Okay, what are we doing here, Griff?
We're pulling out these baby trees
Why?
because this whole place is going to be planted with native trees.
Nice.
So what we've really learned through the process about the land itself is not only is the land extremely hydrophobic, but now full of a lot of ash and things from the black wattle. The wattle itself is a very rapidly growing tree with a weak root base, so essentially it grows, wind comes, it drops, and then it does that over and over, creating massive fuel loads that were a huge issue up here when the fire happened. And so what we've done with that post-fire is we've been collecting the wood itself and chipping it and using those wood chips for erosion retention and soil retention or water retention as well, due to the hydrophobic soil. And the bigger logs we would use to run parallel to try and reduce erosion as well through floods and heavy rain and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, Soraya, tell us about how your part went today.
My part was search and rescue and triage, and I think it went very smoothly. I tried my best to remember what was said to me during our training.
Today we got to go over a lot of things, including search and rescue, safety procedures, resource management, and communications and all things of that measure. And it's great being back here up at Kula and bringing this all back into the rotation and seeing the young kids just getting into it and getting involved and getting to know, what you need to know when disaster hits, because it will in some capacity. It's inevitable.
I think it was great. The kids are very well educated in this type of environment. I was really impressed. Thank you.
My job was giving a demonstration of head to toe, which is trying to see for blood spots, checking their back of their head forward, their chest, their arms, their legs, their foot, the back of their backs, of course.
How do you think the kids did?
They did pretty good. I learned a lot of things today, genuinely. I learned that I'm not good at identifying houses that are too damaged to go in. I would have probably got myself killed multiple times going to rickety structures, so I'm glad I learned that.
Okay, anything else you want to say?
Thank you so much for volunteering to help us today, and I appreciate what you're doing.
I'm Nathaniel, and today we help Lauren's neighborhood prepare or know what to do if a disaster struck out, and it went pretty good today.
How'd you think the adults did?
They did pretty good. They had knowledge, which is probably key to know what to do.
Yeah.
So this was really a super great experience for all of the kids, and it was actually even cool as an adult just getting to see everything they've learned towards emergency preparedness. We were really able to relate what happened with the Maui wildfires and how we jumped in and intervened to help. And so we discussed things like how important it is to get a tent set up with your administrative needs, and you want to have all your logistics. We went into details about being able to assess a scene and even do a grid walk map in case you want to find something. So just super helpful. And really all of these examples that we did today were used back in August and still are, going to be useful in any situation here being on the island. So overall, a really great experience. The kids had a lot of information. They seemed really, enthusiastic about everything. And so I'm excited to see how they use this in the future.
Really glad to be a part of this, really inspiring, really hopeful to just see young people here doing what they're doing, getting trained like this, developing useful skills in the community that came. So much information shared, really just awesome in terms of propagating preparedness for whatever. Really good.
Wait. I want to.